What's going on, guys? I'm Michelle Cordero, but most people, they know me as the Godmother. I was born in New York in 1986, what my family calls a miracle baby. My mom, she had no cervix or ovaries after a hysterectomy when she had my sister Marcy in 1984. But somehow, by God's grace, here I am. When I was 1, my parents packed up our family and moved to Guatemala. They wanted to raise their 5 kids in faith and build their businesses in a quiet, safe space they created with my grandmother and some trusted friends. There in Guatemala, they built something beautiful, and today we are the living fruits of their sacrifices. In 1992, we moved to Miami, Florida, and in 1996, my parents, pastors Marcial and Amarilis Cordero, they legally opened Restoration Ministry in Kendall after accepting their calling. And now for over 30 years, they've been bringing people to Christ through Bible studies and worship. You see, I was raised in the church, surrounded by ministry, music, and the power of prayer. But I'm also a Miami girl through and through. I grew up in Kendall, surrounded by culture, family, and big dreams. At 9 years old, my cousin Pedro came to live with us after his father was killed in Haiti. My parents adopted him as one of their own, and now that's my brother. Then in 1998, my big brother Michael, he joined us from New York. You see, I was no longer just the youngest of 5. I became the youngest of 7. 5 girls, 2 boys. A loud, loving, faith-filled Dominican household. I went to Gloria Floyd Elementary, William Lehman Elementary, and Arvida Middle. For high school, I started at Killian High in the year 2000, then transferred to Western High when we moved to Weston in 2001. In 2004, I proudly became part of the very first graduating class of Cypress Bay High. And in 2025, my daughter Elizabeth walked across that same stage to graduate from Cypress Bay too, which is crazy to me. So, here's a fun fact about the Godmother. Before I was a mother, I was an artist. From 2002 to 2008, I was a signed artist with SoundMind Records, a label founded by my parents, pastors Marcial and Amarilis Cordero. I was the rapper and writer of the group Unique, an R&B, Latin, and hip-hop group with my sister Marcy, the singer and producer of the group. During that time, we toured with top artists like Lil Wayne and Pitbull and worked with chart-topping producers like Tony Castillo, Gorilla Tech, Corte Ellis, Leroy Romans, Tony Kelly, just to name a few. In 2012, I transitioned from artist to businesswoman and launched a Unique management firm with my sister to help artists navigate through the music industry. We kicked it off with an artist showcase in El Paso, Texas, and it was a total success. A decade later, in 2022, I evolved that company into Cordero Media, a media company designed to help artists and businesses thrive through visual storytelling, business management, and artist development. Cordero Media is also the booking and management company for my husband, High Criteria. He's a talented director, writer, and producer who owns all of his own professional gear, multiple cameras, lights, microphones, and traveling equipment. P.S. If you need podcast production, music videos, commercials, EPKs, or anything visual, book my husband, High Criteria, and book me, Cordero Media, and we'll bring your visions to life. But let's begin with my motherhood journey. At 19, I became a mother. I wasn't married, but I co-parented successfully with my son's father. Today, he's 19, in college, building his life. I am so proud of everything he's becoming, and every day I thank God for the young man he is today. Soon after, 2007, I married my first husband, my best friend, and the father of my daughter, Elizabeth. I am so proud of everything she is, and not one day goes by that I don't think about what an amazing young woman she's become. But that marriage, it didn't last. But we stayed united as parents, and we raised our daughter the best that we could. Fast forward a few years later, I married my second husband, and my 2 kids, Elijah and Lizzie, and I moved to Alamogordo, New Mexico. There, in that marriage, we welcomed 2 beautiful children, Trey and Venice. And even though that marriage didn't last, we learned to co-parent with peace, and we love each other very much. Fast forward in 2016, when that marriage was over, I went to Atlanta to rebuild my life. It was that year that I was introduced to construction and project management. But in 2017, I moved to Colorado because I got sick, and I couldn't take care of myself alone in Atlanta anymore. My sister and her husband, they lived in Colorado, and we created our own little community. My 4 kids, her 2 kids, our nephew, our mother, and our grandmother. all under one roof until my sister and her husband got stationed in South Korea, and then it was just me and the kids in Colorado for a season. That season was a season of survival, but deep love and family connection with a lot of personal growth. Fast forward to 2019, I met my third husband when the kids and I moved to North Carolina for a fresh start. In 2021, cracks formed in that marriage, and by 2022, we separated. 3 years later, our divorce was finalized. Those 3 years in between were the hardest and most important of my life. Because after being gone for 14 years, I finally returned home to Miami. It was there that I spent 3 years taking accountability, healing, and rediscovering who God made me to be. In the process, I found love with my neighbor and friend from high school. He didn't just show up when I needed him most. He stayed through the healing process and helped me become the best version of myself. And for him, I'm forever grateful. And today, my husband and I, we built Cordero Ministry, following in the footsteps of my parents, Pastors Marcial and Amarilis Cordero. But my journey wasn't just about personal healing. Along the way, I did pursue my education and a career. I earned a bachelor's degree in psychology with a minor in sociology and an associate's degree in business administration. I worked in education for over 12 years, most recently as a first grade teacher in Broward County. I've also spent 15 years in management in total. And today I work as a project manager, leading teams and building systems that actually work. I'm also a cancer survivor, 6 years cancer-free. God is good. So that's why, together with my husband, we created Cordero Ministry, because we want to invite you into it. This isn't just a podcast. This is a movement, a safe space for women to unlearn the lies, heal from the pain, and step fully into the woman God designed us to be. You'll experience me, the Godmother, in 3 powerful ways. Number 1, the Godmother Speaks, where I address hot topics in culture that impact women today. 2, the podcast, diving deep into specific issues each season, sometimes with a guest. And 3, a reality-style series bringing you into my life as the Godmother, faith, family, business, and all of it. This is Let's Talk About It with Godmother, Season 1, the Miseducation of the Modern Woman. Pull up a chair, grab your cafecito, and let's talk about it. I love you guys, and I'm excited to share my journey with you. Let's talk about it. Bye. What's going on, guys? It's the Godmother. Make sure you like this video and share it. Love you. Bye.